Yeah, danger, light it up and they're testing my nature. Landing slugs till I empty the chamber. Dealt with thugs and they're left with a savior. Blow the noise like I mess with the faders. I'm annoyed and they're testing my patience. Off the point with no X on the paper. Lost my voice, there's no breath in the vapors. Cause it's hard to aim with targets on my back. But I built myself with parts among the ash. A result to fight has sharpened in the cracks. Which I face the waves like castles in the sand. Put the pain away with laughter in the past. I've been breaking grounds, the start of the collapse. Keep waiting for disaster coming back. But I feel the hopes of grasping to my hands. Yeah, I keep my pain in myself and no burden too big to have lifted my shoulders. Hate from the people that pray for my help. But I'm keeping my line like a disciplined soldier. I keep on pushing like Sisyphus boulder. Keeping my worries in different folders. Women and light up the night without fire. So why do our guns come equipped with a holster?
Not a chance to think. They keep me on my feet. Not a chance to breathe. When the road got it for me, we people go through well to protect our own.
Evenings, freedoms, liberators of the cosmos. That stunning banger was Gunning for Me by Rustage as dedication to Izuku Midoriya of the My Hero Academia franchise. It also applies to those who stand tall to overcome the challenge in front of us by giving it everything that we've got to save people, no matter the cost, no matter who is gunning for us. Because that's what it means to be a hero, to earn the cape. The top news of the evening is the outright catastrophe occurring on the Eastern Front, with the Helldivers scrambling to deal with the absolutely nauseating numbers of spore-burst Terminids. At the moment, Achernar Secundus and its factory hub are holding strong with the efforts of the Helldivers temporarily routing Terminid forces in the surrounding area. With the capture of the megacity literally named Currency, this should be an easy win for Liberty. Assuming that this all hasn't already come to pass by the time this broadcast goes live. Yeah, sometimes it takes me a while. Turing is in a far worse state, with the SEAF Marine Corps doing what they can to slow the oncoming alien ant farm concert. But it is clear that their defenses will not hold for much longer. Provided nothing else cataclysmic happens, the Liberation Fleet should be able to cleanly pivot and lend aid to the planet once the situation on Achernar Secundus is properly dealt with. Now, as for Project Apoptosis, apparently I pulled the curtain back on the ministries a little bit ahead of time, and I scared them into starting their project prematurely. According to Mercy's analysis, the Liberation Fleet burns through about 40,000 metric tons per day of military supply, to which only 3,000 were satisfied today. Projections indicate that this number will be zero as of tomorrow morning. Fortunately, I managed to get an agreement hammered out between myself, Gunvald, the Persian Kingdom of Alamak, and the Cave-Filling Corporation, and we slammed our heads together to create the Shrouded Fleet. Before the venture company went belly up and its assets were carved up and sold off to the highest bidder, I was working with them on crafting a cloaking module that can hide a super destroyer from not only active sensor sweeps, but render them completely invisible to the naked eye. Before the Vert divers had a chance to finalize the sale, I had Mercy dive in and retrieve the intellectual property so that the Department of Celestial Mysteries and Angel's Refuge could iron out the wrinkles and slap some spinning rims on a finished product. In this arrangement, Gunvald is responsible for mass-producing weapons and munitions. The Cave-Filling Corporation has volunteered their excess agricultural yields, and the Persian Kingdom is working round the clock to produce all the vessels required for this to work, which is about 3,000 and some change. And all of this is tied together with the stealth modules and medical nanomachines tuned for the front lines by Angel's Refuge. Tonight, we put those stealth modules to the test by slipping right past Ministry of Truth blockades and delivering fresh supplies to the Helldivers on Turing. The operation went so clean that if I hadn't been the one telling you that the MOT was trying to screw you all over, I don't think you would have even noticed that there is a supply shortage of any variety. Thanks to the astonishingly awesome fleet carriers designed by the Persian Kingdom, we can literally drop submarines from low orbit into deeper waters and let them go along their merry way, dropping off presents to all the good little super Earthlings fighting along coastlines. Ever since the advent of orbital vessels, naval and subsurface contacts are such an archaic concept that I don't even think the Ministry of Truth has the means to search for them. like getting your email hacked by 2 Girl Scouts in a canoe with an abacus. And really, that's just funny to me. You might be quick to point out that not every planet has an ocean. And for those, ultra-high-speed Eagle drops will do just fine. Heck, I think the only thing that can stock more active Eagle bombers than a Persian fleet carrier is the DSS itself. And obviously, the Independence Concord gets first pick when it comes to supply shipments. Because the black and red uniforms they send make my figure look amazing. And really, I'm just tired. If Super Earth wants to paint me as a chaotic evil rebel hell-bent on destroying their way of life, what point is there in trying to be anything else? I mean, it might just be the repeated physical and emotional abuse talking, the observation of them running the Super Earth armed forces into the ground, the human rights breaches, of which there are many, multiple attempts on my life, or the fact that my patience has finally just elapsed and my paw has been forced. The Chaos Divers were right. There really is only one way to deal with Super Earth, and regardless of how the Ministries felt about me before, they are really not going to appreciate what I'm going to do to them next. I won't spoil the show, but let's just say that they are going to learn the difference between nice and polite very, very fast. And that's been Liberty's latest with me, Pandera the Radio Angel, and I am certain that the Ministry of Truth is scrambling to fix their brown pants right about now. Yeah, I think it is well past time that we flip some tables and cause some chaos around here. I hope the Furbo is watching this because my previous kindnesses towards Super Earth were simply me atoning for my future sins well in advance. So help me, Liberty, I aim to misbehave. Emperor Z, and I hope the Furbo is watching this because my previous kindnesses to Super Earth were simply me atoning for my future sins well in advance. He was right, and so help me, Liberty, I aim to misbehave. Emperor Z, refuge androids are in position. It's time to end this madness. The Ministries have trampled on stolen virtues for the last time and lied to the Helldivers. So let there be war. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for the Concord.